So this has been a model that's been used for some while actually, but I was talking with a group of people and they'd seen it for the first time. So it might be an opportunity for you as well. So we know an iceberg, the vast majority of the iceberg is below the water, and about, let's say, 20% of it is above the water. So 80% you don't actually see. And if you relate this to problems in the business, then there's a similar proportion. So when we're trying to improve our organizations, there are things, problems, opportunities that we see that physically get in the way of us achieving the results that we want. And they're above the waterline in the iceberg analogy, and we can see them. And we set projects up to eliminate them or reduce them. We've got problem solving activities, and everybody does everything that they need to do or try to do to eliminate those problems. But when you think about the iceberg, there's lots of things that are just not right. They're not breakdowns as such, they're not inefficiencies, they're not issues with the process within the organisation at such greatness that they prevent us from operating, but they're niggles. And the further you go down the organisation, the less important those issues are. They're just minor things. But when we're considering eliminating through good practice, problem solving techniques, etc., 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 when we start chipping away at the top of the iceberg, problems that originally started to be quite small in the organisation, just a niggly issue with an order number always being wrong, or a piece of equipment jamming but we get over it, all these things eventually get worse and worse and then appear at the top of the iceberg because they stop us from operating properly. We've ignored them, we don't even look for them, or we just live with them, but we ignore them. And the problem is that as a business or an organisation, many people focus on those and congratulate themselves on eliminating some of the problems, but they will always get a continuous stream of problems coming up because, like the iceberg, always 20% of it is above the water. And it's so cold down here that new little niggles will appear. So the key thing when looking at opportunities and developing a program for continuous improvement, for example, is not only have activities, chartered projects that focus on the big stuff, let's call it, we should create a mentality, a zero defect mentality, that focuses on the small stuff as well. They don't need to be projects necessarily, but as managers, we need to encourage people to put these things right, give them time, give them resource, as much time as we do on some of the bigger issues, to eliminate them, because they will slowly come to the top and give us an issue, a customer issue, a quality issue, a problem with our work process. So small is as important as big, especially when you think about the iceberg. Thank you.